this is Rick Navarrete reporting in with Haven and Liam. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, baby.
Yo, what is up, everybody? I'm live right now. Week 12 in the books. What it do? We're doing the Dynasty Fantasy Football recap. It's Monday. It's late. You saw Rick Navarrete show up. It's time to roll those highlights, baby. Going into game 1 of the week, you got me, aka the Mandalorian, aka the Commish, aka all of those things, all those things. And now she decides to vacuum. Why? Why on my life? Anyway, I was not supposed to win this game. I was supposed to lose. I'll tell you who. I had Kincaid out with an injury. A-Chain, not going to be out the chain this week because he was on a bye. I don't know if I was going to get anything from Quentin Johnson, but no points because he didn't have any games. And Wilson, who was my other backup wide receiver, who I turn to when I don't know what else to do, also out injured. He's on injured reserve. And then of course I still got Reed here at injured reserve. So the only other player I had on my bench was Trevor Lawrence. And somehow, through the magic of dropping a few players, moving some things around, dropping a defense, which I didn't even need to do. I didn't need to do any of those things because I would have got the win regardless. I would have got the win without Higgins, without Loveland pulling in points. I would have 27 points. I would have won this without having to make any moves had I known Thomas was still going to be out. Williams would get a fat 0 here. No points from Jacobs here. It was, and granted, Jeremy still had a lot of players playing, and happy birthday to him this past week. I'm sorry that I beat you, but I still get the win. I get the big win. I more than double the score, which I'm shocked that I did. Final score 114.56 to 56.86. What is going on? Whoa, look at this score. Look at this game, baby. Blackbeard's taking on Black Rifle. Luis, every time he changes his name, he loses. He's dropping to 4-7. Freddie gets a big win. He's going to improve to 6-6, 156 points this week. That's a lot of points. 18 from Goff, 29 from St. Brown, 16 from Mooney, 13 from Walker, 16 from McBride, 26 from Wilson, 16 from Booker, and 11 from Baltimore. Freddie's team showing up, showing out. A lot of points. And Luis, not bad. 130 points. Would have beat a lot of other teams in this league this week. Just not Freddie this week. Bad timing. Game 3. We got Alex's Bullet Club Gold taking on Johnny's Draft Day losers, and it wasn't even close. Another blowout this week. 114.82 to 85.38 is the final score. Johnny gets a lot of points from Wilson. McCaffrey there just right now with 27 points, 89 rush yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 7 receptions with 53 reception yards. And then, just all around great output from his entire team. Shout out to Johnny getting a big win, improving to 7-5. Going on to another game here. Chris barely cracks 100. Looks like he wasn't going to do it. But 100.92 to 80.22 is the final score. Bravo takes the L. He's going to drop to 5-7. Chris is going to improve to 10-2. Stafford with 22. 29 from Pickens. 14 from Robinson. 11 from Dowdle. Barely cracks 100, but that's enough to get the win. Not too shabby there. Sydney's Jeans team puts the beat down on Martha Sacks in the city, and another beat down here, more than 40-point blowout. Marty, oh Marty, you were throwing a party. You had 3 wins in a row, but you couldn't make it 4. Going down. Joe gets the win, even though they only have Baker Mayfield with 5, Jefferson with 8, 17 from Shakur, 11 from Henderson, 24 from Henry, 37 in the flex, showing up. That's right. 25 points was Brown on the bench. You're going to want to start him, I think, pretty soon. And going into the last game, and again, this guy does it. He lost last week. after he had to put up a good run, he was doing all right. And I'm not even sure if my mic, yeah, okay. My mic's picking up. Yeah, okay. It was just going off this week. Gabe, oh my God, 160 points. 55 points from Gibbs. 219 rushing yards, 2 rushing TDs, 11 receptions, 45 reception yards, 1 reception touchdown. Man, what a beatdown he put on Brandon here. And Brandon, again, 135 points. He would have beat Joe. He would have beat me. He would have beat Johnny. That's just rough to score that many points and get a loss, but it is what it is. We're going to take a look at the live standings here in a bit and those scores and highlights. Right, let's hand out some Week 12 awards. Try to do a show. I try to do a show. Anyway, Week 12 awards. Smoochies of the week is gonna go to Jeremy. It's his birthday, so happy birthday, Jeremy, turning the grand of age of 43 years old. Doesn't look a day over 53, but there you go. 56 points is your point total. I think that's one of the lowest ones of the season so far. And so that's Smoochies of the week. And then who's your other Smoochie? Nobody else really came close except for Bravo. He had 80. So there's your Smoochies of the week. Player of the week honors once again going to Gabe. Go for the gusto, showing up, coming out of nowhere with 160 points. Gabe improving to 4-8. We're gonna take a look at the live standings here right now. Gabe still at the bottom, and guess what? Guess what? Gabe, you're no longer all alone at 4-8. You're no longer alone with that record that you have, because you have Alex also at 4-8. You have Luis also at 4-8, and now you are at 4-8. If you can outscore one of these teams, and one of these other teams lose, and look at this. Oh my God! I need to pull up. I need to pull up some things here. I'm looking up some stats. We're gonna see what's going on here. How come it's not pulling up? It's because I have OBS playing and it's or going on in the background, so it's gonna take a while to pull up. Yeah, fantasy football. Gosh, I can't believe Gabe is still in this. I thought he was done. Gabe put up 160 points this week. 160. So Luis put up. What did Luis get? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do some math here. So you're still under. You're still under. Well, Luis put up a lot of points. Luis put up 130 points. So these guys are close. What up, Joe? Go for the disgusto. That was just me, the fleekiest of them all. Right? Dude, I am doing the math on Gabe, who scored 160 points this week. Gabe point total before tonight, he was at 1124.26, and then he scored 160.06. Can you hear me? All right. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I lost my connection. Coming back. We are gonna do. Trying to get my camera to come back here. Okay, we're back in business. A little laggy, I think. Back in business. I don't know what happened. I was doing the math on Gabe, and I guess doing the math on Gabe made everything shut down. So Gabe is at 1,284 points. 0.32 for Gabe. I can't type. Okay. So now I'm gonna do the math on Luis. Live. Black Rifle 130. And Luis had 1171.86 plus 130.76. Okay, so Luis has 1302.62 points for Luis. So there you see there's only what 24 points that Gabe has to win to overcome Luis in last place. Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry that you were in and then the show quit and I don't know what's going on. Technical difficulties. I've been having issues with my little like USB thing, and that just seals the deal for me. Okay, injury report. We're going into the injury report. Still out, Joe Burrow. That's fantastic. I'm just gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom because here we go. So quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield now with the shoulder injury. I don't know what the full report on that is. We still got Aaron Rodgers with the wrist injury, Dylan Gabriel with the concussion for the Browns, and Jaden Daniels still out with that elbow injury. Running backs, Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irving, Alvin Kamara, and Trey Benson totally out on the IR. Receiver is fantastic. T. Higgins, concussion. Drake London, knee. Brian Thomas Jr., ankle still. Marvin Harrison Jr., his appendix. Chris Godwin, his leg. Terry McLaurin, Matthew Golden, Eric Alik, Ayomarnar, Rashard Bateman, Jaden Reed. I don't know if he's ever going to come back. Keyleth Raymond, Keon Coleman. And then you got Dalton Kincaid with his hamstring again. Darren Waller with the pec injury. Michael Mayer with his ankle. And Tyler Higbee on the IR out for the season. So here you go. Anybody big go down this last couple of weeks? Not that I could think of. Penix, not really a big fantasy. I think I just big fantasy at all, really. I wouldn't have him on. I had him on my team and I dropped him. So it is what it is. Okay, injury report. Going into pick'ems. Let's go to overview here. Come on, let's go to overview. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Go into the overview. Oh, closing the gap here. But the pick'em dig with 120, but I'm still leading the way at 122. Blackbeard's the light coming in third. You got Saxon City at 109. Pricks picks at 107. Better than Joe's picks at 106. He's almost getting there. Bravo's football with 103 and Jate losers with 102 points. If you want to buy a doghouse, I guess that's a good one. Yeah, there you go. Adobe Photo. I need to cancel Adobe Photoshop. I gotta take care of that soon. So that is it, man. Hey Joe, I don't know. Okay, you guys, nobody saw this.
No. Roll those highlights, little brother. This is Rick Navarrete reporting in with Haven and Liam. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, baby.
Oh, Rick in the house, showing up. Yeah. So there we go. I'm gonna go live here. Why am I not there? Oof. What was my things? Oh, I guess I had paused it in the background. Yeah, it is what it is. Nobody's on the show tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Of all people, and of course, Joe finally shows up, and then my show crashed. So Joe, don't show up for any more shows. How about that? I win. Oh, I guess we could take a look at before we wrap up. Let's take a look at upcoming matchups for next week, and then I'll end the show. Let's take a look at next week's matchups for week 13. I'm taking on Joe. Then we got Blackberries Alive. I'm taking on Chris. My name is Mud. Alex taking on Go for the Gusto. Oh, really? Interesting. Interesting. Looks like Gabe has a chance of jumping here. Luis is taking on... Who's Luis taking on? Luis is taking on Die Jerry Die. Luis is going to get this win right here. But the way Jeremy's been playing, he's going to get this L. So, okay, Luis can get a win. Move to 5-8. Jeremy's going to drop to 5-8. If Gabe can beat Alex, I think they're just going to swap positions. Yeah. That's all he can do, I believe. Who has the least amount of points? Is it still Gabe? I am dropping. I do not have... Oh, look at my point totals. Not that good. Luis is beating by 17. Yeah, I am doing the math here, Gabe. Trying to see what you can do to move up into these spots. You play Alex. I think you got a decent shot next week. You got Alex here in this game. You got Bryce Young playing, Olive, Parker, Gibbs, Teen. Higgins is out to concussion. This is going to be a 0. Yeah, he's ruled out. Higgins isn't playing. So he has Higgins out. That's good for you if Marta can't beat Luis. Show bench players. Robinson. He's got Worthy. But I don't see Worthy. Dobinson's out for the season, and you just dropped Dobbins, Alex. Right? Gabe, you got an empty... Oh, no, you don't. You don't got an empty spot. I think you play your best players. You're 51%. I think Gabe's got a chance. I think there's a chance. Oh, I went to the wrong league. Well, I went to the wrong week. I don't know why I did it like that. Yeah. Marty, look at Marty's point total here. You got a chance, Gabe. I think you can still get it. You can still get in the playoffs. Me and Chris have secured spots. Johnny's all by himself at 7-5. But he could lose 3 in a row and end up down here still. He can... It's nuts, dude. This league is... This season is wild. I've had it pretty... I think my schedule's been pretty favorable for me. I've lucked out a lot. Yeah. You can win and beat Luis by 17 points or more. You'll need to outscore him by at least 24. It was 24 plus 17, 41 points. You have to outscore him by 41 points because you're already down 24. You're down 24 up, and if you look up in chat, you're down by 24 points. No, I'm sorry. I was way off. 18 points. 18. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's been 17. Yeah, you're right. My bad. 17. Yeah, so you got to outscore him by 17 points. And get the win. It's doable. I think you can do it. I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for you to get out of the 12th place, buddy. All right. So there we have. Hey, Gabe, I got a video for you.
Now, roll those highlights, little brother. This is Rick Navarrete reporting in with Haven and Liam. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, baby.
There we go. Got him. Actually, Bravo got him. No, he got me that back like in the summer, and it's just been sitting on my phone, waiting to make an appearance. But there we go. All right, cool. Well, I just want to thank you for hanging around, even though I had some technical difficulties there. Thanks for showing back up in chat, Joe. Appreciate that. Gabe, thanks for showing up too for once. I appreciate we're getting down to it, dude. It's almost playoff time. We look at this here. We got week 14. We got week 13 next week. We got week 14, and then bam, playoffs 15, 16, 17. We own it. We own it. We own it. Play performance. Yep. 15, 16, 17 playoffs, then week 18, whatever. Oof. Love it. Dynasty football. When do the points populate? Tomorrow. The points will populate tomorrow. It probably updates like in the middle of the night, like around 1-ish, when the same time that like waivers go through. I think it's like Pacific time. So yeah, I guess it's midnight Pacific time, and that's when the points will populate, and we'll get a live. If you look at my stat tracker, it doesn't tell me the points, but it already does a live standings for you. So you're still at the bottom here, and then you got Luis and you got Alex. Your guys are all at 4 and 8. Then you got Jeremy, who's gonna keep losing games. Then you got Bravo. You got Marty. You don't know what she's a coin flip. Brandon's a coin flip. Joe is a coin flip. Freddie, he's winning games. It did, Gabe. It boosted you up a lot. That's your second player of the week honors. So congratulations on that. And then, like I said, I think I mentioned it to Joe, and I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. I lucked out with this one. I was supposed to be 9-3. I was fully committed to losing this game. And yeah, I lost. Let's see how I did in my other leagues before we wrap up. I lost in this one barely. I won that one, and I won this. So I went 3-1. I still haven't pulled off the elusive 4-0 for a week, but I came pretty close this week. That's probably the closest I'm going to come, because I never win. I do not win in this public league. So I missed my chance this season, I think. All right, thank you very much for showing up to the show. Thank you so much for hit that like, do a comment, give me some little. You dedicate this one to Whitney Hobson. I'll let her know. Yeah. So till next time, guys. Set those teams, pick those picks. I'll see you guys right here next week on the recap.
Now, roll those highlights, little brother. This is Rick Navarrete reporting in with Haven and Liam. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, baby.